going to go ahead and wire the transformer so that this unit can receive power and begin charging the backup battery. So you're going to take the transformer that's come in the box, all right, and just so you know, this is an AC power unit. It's not DC. So I'm going to show you how to wire this. I already have a pre-configured wire setup, which I'll show you. There's two different ends. One end is going to have more, you want to expose the conduit to expose the 2-gauge wires inside, the black and the red. This end is going to be going to the transformer because I created little hooks, so they'll hook around when I screw them in, which will be really nice. Then in the back of the panel, there's not much copper exposed. These are going to be getting wired into the power units. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and wire up the transformer. Move this out of the way temporarily. All right. So we got the transformer. All right. So now what we're going to do is, remember, there's no polarity on this device, so we're just going to go ahead and hook around the negative here. So you just want to hook that around there in the back, just like so. Give it a good screw, not too tight. Do the same with the other one through power. Wrap it around, make sure it gets a good hook. So you don't have to do this one time, it's great. Alright, so that's nice and snug. Give it a nice little snug. So now your transformer is wired on that end, which I showed you. Alright, so now we're going to be going back to the panel. So if you look closely, you're going to see that this is the battery option, which we've already plugged in. So 9 vac in and 9 vac in. Remember, it's AC, not DC. So it doesn't matter whether you wire the red into the red or the black into the black, but these are the two terminals that we'll be using for power. Okay, so now that you have the transformer wired, it's in there snug. Now you have to think about, where it's going to be mounted. So the best place to run these cables through is if you're looking at the system this way. That's how it's going to be mounted, like that, right? So if you turn it over on its side, this is going to be the end where it hooks into. So it should latch right underneath, just like that. So I like to run the cables, if you can see here, I like to run the cables through this back hole, right? All right, and it'll come out through the back, like so. You can pull it all the way through. All right. So now we're going to be working with the terminals that we just showed you, 4 and 5. It doesn't matter about polarity. So we're going to go ahead and just make sure they're a little bit loose, which I believe they are. We're going to go ahead and, either way you don't want them touching, but we're going to go ahead and slide that into there. Give it a nice screw. Screw that in so it doesn't come out. We'll do the same with the other cable as well. I don't like any copper exposed either way when you're doing it correctly. Alright, so you can see that 4 and 5 I've wired the power, and then you would see that this would fit snugly on it, would just slip right over the top. Like that. Fold over, and essentially that's how it would come out through the back. See, it's nice, that's the proper way to do it. And then in the back you see your mounting brackets as well that you can use the anchors that come with it. Alright, so now that we have everything wired, we'll go ahead and power it up. Beautiful. So this is a very basic out-of-the-box setup to get the system with power and to mount the backup battery.